back along the way we came, through the water and mud. It's taken us the entire day. We camp on the edge of the swamp. We're heading south towards the town of Maun, where I've got something to really look forward to. But first, I've been taken to a basket weaver. Botswana is famous for its baskets, and no place are they better made than here at Etcha. A large basket such as this is a labour of love for about 2 months. It will sell for about 700 rand. Not much, you will agree, for such an achievement. Their little store is full of examples of their craft, but it's all very familiar to me. My own home having examples that I bought over 20 years ago. You see, I once lived in Botswana, and not that very far from here either. And that's where I'm going to now. I'm going to go and visit my old home. And this is what I've been looking forward to today. My wife Gwynn is joining me for this leg of my journey.
Good day. Morning. Hi. I'm Andrew. All right. Nice to meet you.
We are going together to see our old home in the swamp.
Quebec 60 beyond the caravan 1, Papel 6 today, loop plan 08, 1206 north, 1025.
102.
Our home, I'm sure you've already guessed, is in the heart of the Okavango Delta. Gwynn and I ran a luxury lodge here, Delta Camp, located on an island called Nyoga. From up here, no wonder it beat us. I've made this flight from Maun to Nyoga Island probably 20 times, and I have never seen so much water. It is truly a wonderful thing to see. Aha! I've seen something I recognise. It's our cricket pitch. Well, it's not really a cricket pitch, but if you look over the nose of the aircraft, it looks like a cricket pitch. I had to maintain this runway for a whole year. Not that I minded. It was wonderful. And we called it the cricket pitch formally after David Gower, the English cricket captain, came to Delta Camp and we had a game of cricket. That's David bowling. And that's him taking a cover drive. We lost the match. He didn't play very well. No change there. Oh dear. Oh, yeah, that's my old runway, all right.
Here to meet me.
I used to know this place very well.
Okay.
I lived here once.
Oh yeah?
The Delta Camp, when it was here, I ran it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, psst, I'm over here. No, look at the camera.
Come home.
Okay. Yeah.
It feels kind of strange, I must say. I've got this nervous tension and but this excitement about being back here. It's quite different. It's quite different to what I remember. But it smells the same. Come here. How do you feel about being back? How's it feel? Kind of funny, hey?
It's like 20 years hasn't happened in between. Honestly, it's just like being back. It smells the same.
Smells exactly the same. As I said, smells the same.
The sage. Elephants to meet us, the baboons on the runway. No different.
Ah, look at that. This is elephant dung, and that's a Hyphene palm nut, and they require fire or the gut of an elephant to germinate. You plant that now and I can guarantee you'll get a beautiful Hyphene palm tree. And in fact, if you get one before, we will do, before they were being eaten by an elephant, you can actually eat it yourself. The outside is covered in a sweet crust.
No. Our house is gone. Our house was there.
Remember, it was right here, and our house, I think, stood exactly where that building stands. Anyway, this is where we lived for a year, and we would wake up and we could see the windsock and see the palm trees and sky.
What we're looking at is no longer Delta Camp, but Oddballs Camp. Oddballs is the lower tariff of the two camps on the island. They're both owned by the same company and swapped locations about 6 years ago.
Exactly the same, then. Yeah, absolutely identical. And we lived in a house like this, and our accommodation units were just like this. But this is a little bit more rudimentary. With a low slung door. Go inside. We had beautiful mosquito nets. And we lived in a house just like this for a year. And the floor here, they've got a bat in here or more, pooing on the bed. Oh, we wouldn't have tolerated that, eh?
Thank you. Andrew,
We've come to see our old kitchen.
the green,
It's the same stove.
it's the same
No, they've
stuff.
replaced the handles there. These handles were chewed by...
Fresh fridge is gone. No, there they are. There they stand. The cupboard.
and the smell is identical.
Yeah.
The smell is absolutely identical.
And then, of course, there was the fridge that the hyena chowed.
That wouldn't be here, would it?
No, I doubt it.
No, I doubt it. No, I can't get over the smell. It's exactly the same. A mixture of marula jelly and paraffin. Now this was our dining room. It had lataka wall, low-level lataka wall, and this was our dining room. And there, in that little alcove there, we had our serving table. Not unlike
where
that
the
they've got it.
starlings used to
And
come.
the starlings used to come and pick at the cheese and
Except the Germans.
yeah. And ta-da!
There's only
This is the view.
There's only one palm tree left
Of
of
the
the
three.
All the other two are knocked down.
And this is our beloved little bay. You can see the water is very high. I don't remember ever seeing so much water from the front as this, eh?
No.
We never saw this much water. You know, I look back at Delta Camp and the year we spent here, and I can't say it's
Highlight.
the best time of our lives, but
It was a highlight.
I will go with it to my grave, and it will be one of the great highlights.
It was a defining experience in terms of our lives.
Oh, absolutely.
It was a defining experience.
There you go. Let's do it. Yeah. It's like riding a bike.
Well done. You haven't lost it.
That was fun, that was. Now the thirsty work. This is the runway. We called it, of course, the cricket pitch, because from the air it looks like a cricket pitch. I used to have to maintain it, and I used to have to try and water it down to keep the dust levels down. That's one of the reasons why they actually swapped Delta Camp and Oddballs, the location of the two camps, well after we left, because of the dust from the runway and also the noise of the airplanes. Oddballs is a distance away, and we're going to take a Makoro now and go to the new Delta Camp. But this is the runway on which we played cricket with David Gower, where I scored a run off him. I like to tell everybody that, although I'm a hopeless cricketer and sportsman in general. I did, and it was also where David slugged something. It was his third or fourth ball, and he slugged a shot, and it went out like this, and I screamed, "Watch out for the snake!" So as the Australians were running after the ball, they hit anchors, and David just started catching runs, and I was lying, there wasn't a snake there at all. And this is where it all happened.
No.
This is Bob Avelino. I know Bob from my time at Delta Camp, and I bumped into him last night while just having an innocent meal at Audi Camp in Maun, and I saw his face on the menu.
Yeah.
And it was so nice to see you again.
It was really great.
Now, the year that we were at Delta Camp, were we good managers, did you think?
Yeah,
you can
no,
be
for
honest,
sure.
eh? You must be honest.
No, definitely.
You must be honest.
No,
eh?
for
Don't-
sure. I'm always honest, you know. And no, you have really good managers. Really, I really enjoyed, working with you guys, when you were there. And
Yeah.
even your reference, I still got your reference, your written hand.
Oh, did I?
reference, Definitely.
Oh, did we write it?
And
Oh,
I still,
suppose-
and that's one thing that pulled me on.
Oh, really?
When I went to look for a job for management, I used
Yeah.
that reference. And that's what even got
Because
me
we
to-
had Matanta and you were a fantastic team. Apart from the fact that you used to play tricks and jokes on each other. You guys were a fantastic team.
Yeah.
Do you remember any highlights of the time that we were there in your mind, that stay in your mind, of
Yeah.
things that happened while we were there?
Yes. I remember the time when we went to Juku Juku, to do the fishing.
Yes.
And that was really great, on a boat. And you allowed us as the manager,
Yes.
to be
Yes.
with you, which
Yes.
shows that you're really caring of us, and we really appreciate that time.
Yeah.
And we went out there to Juku Juku and we caught some nice nemboys and bream, and as well just coming back. I remember with all
Did
those
you
incidents.
did you tell the staff that we were going to come back with lots of fish?
We didn't. But
Because-
just because they knew that we were going fishing, they expected something.
Because we arrived back and they'd made a fire and we all sat on the grass there in the front and ate fish.
Yeah, I think they just inspected it,
We didn't expect it.
but the stuff, how
Yeah.
they like, because they know that when you go
Yeah.
fishing, you sometimes catch something,
But it was after hours. They were off.
Yeah, but they still, because of that whole excitement. So
okay.
they really just prepare
Yeah.
so that whatever comes,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Meeting and chatting with Robert was a real treat. I think our memories of Delta Camp and the Okavango are as rich as they are because of both the people we met and worked with and the extraordinary place the Okavango is. I'm hoping that the nostalgia doesn't end here. We're off now to Delta Camp as it now is, and I'm confident that there is some luxury pampering ahead. After 48 days on the road, I think I deserve it. During our year in the camp, we had to administer to the staff and guests various medicines when they were ill. When I was ill, I had a particular problem with eyes. I used to get terrible red eyes smarting from some exterior influence like hay fever, but it was terrible, and it was just my right eye. And one of the guides saw that, and he said to me, "Oh, I know what to do." Now, he would have come to me for some hygiene or something similar, but he took me out into the delta, and he took me and found one of these. Now, I'm going to pull it out, and it's a beautiful plant, a beautiful flower, and there it is there. And that is a natural eyedropper. You pull off the flower, and what is inside there is a fantastic antihistamine or something like that. Because since that day, I've never had an attack of that kind of attack of red eye. Isn't it beautiful?
Hello, how are you?
So relaxed.
Oh, good.
Sleep now.
Hello. How are you? Yeah, welcome to Delta Camp.
Welcome, thank you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. My name is Lena. Lena? Yeah. Martin. Hello, Martin. Nice to meet you. Joe. Joe, nice to meet you. Welcome to Delta Camp. Hi. Andrew. Andrew, nice to meet you, Andrew.